Good evening, one and all. We are live, I do believe. If my monitor says we are live, then I can only assume we are live. Welcome to everybody in the chat. I can see James, I can see John, I can see Rob. Hello, guys. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're looking forward to this. A very interesting game this evening, it has to be said. Earlier on, there was a draw in the group, which a 1-1 draw, I believe, which has made things really, really good for England. There's absolutely no doubt at all. Slovenia, Serbia, 1-1 draw in Munich. I'm actually watching the highlights right now. You're not allowed to. I'm not allowed to share them with you because otherwise we get a copyright strike and we don't want any of that. We've got the team news. I'm sure you all know it by now, but we're going to talk through it anyway. The England team news, the Denmark team news. I think the news, the breaking news is there's no news. There's no change to the England team. So it'd be really interested what you think about that. I've just realised my name is up on the screen. Where's it gone? Down that way. I don't know what I do. We had a meeting earlier, didn't we? We had a Hammers Chat meeting, and I don't know. The name is up there. It's going to stay there. I'm so bad at this technical stuff. I think if I get rid of that name or try to, I'll probably end the stream, and that won't be very good at all. So we're going to have a bet. We're going to try and win somebody some money. You know the drill by now. I'm going to get your thoughts on the team as well. We're going to hopefully build up to the game and find out whether you're as optimistic as I am. But there's no doubt about it. That 1-1 draw is very, very good for England. I'll tell you what worries me, and I doubt I'll be on my own here with this one. What worries me is that realistically, because we won the first game, a draw is a pretty good result now. But not just because we won the first game, but because the first game, Slovenia-Serbia, was 1-1. It sort of makes this, it sort of works as a draw, really, doesn't it? So that worries me in terms of Gareth Southgate's mindset, his mentality, and hopefully he goes for it. There has certainly been an edge to some of the England, the way some of the England fans have, the England players have reacted to the media recently, a bit spiky, if I may say so. And I mentioned it in my video this morning, which I don't get it. I mean, the England team has always received abuse. I saw a lot of stuff saying, oh, you know, the modern day and the internet and this, that, and the other. And I think that's possibly the case for some things, but I just don't think it's the case for the England team. You go back and perhaps Google horrible headlines for England managers or England teams, you'll find them, right? Before the internet was ever invented, the England team has had the focus of the country upon it. And I feel that they were somehow sort of stung by criticism. And I found that a bit odd because ultimately they got the job done. Did everybody enjoy all of it? No. I think there was some things to enjoy. Sorry, bloody lights are crap today. There was some things to enjoy on it. And I think there was things to be concerned about. So two of the things that I think ultimately concerned me was, well, actually the two things that are the same thing. They're the left-hand side of the pitch. The Trippier thing worries me. And ultimately, do I think it will cost England? No. But what does worry me is the fact that it is so easy to defend against England when Trippier is going to play like that. And what I want to see, if Gareth Southgate decided to go with him, which he has, we'll read the teams out in a little while, is I want to see Trippier try and use his left foot a little bit, at least to keep the opposition guessing. I'm going to need him to do something exceptional because he spent every time I've seen him play at left back for England, and he's a good player, Trippier, but every time I've seen him play at left back, he'll progress a certain amount up the pitch, then he'll check back, won't do anything with his left foot, check back, turn back on himself, and play the ball with his right foot. And momentum is gone. The art of surprises is gone by that point. So I'm sort of disappointed Southgate has carried on with that because I think even having a proper left back there would probably, I'd not say solve the Phil Foden issue, but maybe sort of, help it. Without that, I would have started Anthony Gordon today. But you know what? He's gone with the team. He's gone with the team that he went with last time. In fact, you probably think, what's a bloody team? Well, you're not. I bet you already know the team. So he's got Jordan Pickford in goal. Carl Walker or Day Walker, as I like to call him. It's a Blade reference. Like Blade? I love Blade. I think Blade is brilliant. Blade and Deadpool. Aside from that, you can keep your superhero stuff. Apart from the boys. I like the boys. I never used to watch the boys. I didn't know anything about the boys. It was actually you lot. It was actually I I was doing a build-up show, and it was to a West Ham game, obviously, and it had all got a bit tedious, a bit boring. We were doing a live chat, and I was talking about what I've been watching, and somebody recommended The Boys, and I said, "Oh no, I don't fancy it. I don't like all that superhero stuff." And I said, "No, go on, do it, give it a go," and I did, and it was brilliant. In fact, season 4 is out now. If you like that sort of thing, you won't know what it is until you start watching it. It's not. Don't watch it with the children. Do not watch that with the children. Anyway, so you've got Dave Walker at right back. You've got John Stones. I haven't got a name for him, really. Got a Gahey who played really, really well, didn't he? I thought in the previous game against Serbia, he should get a more robust test today. But, I mean, you know, before the game against Serbia, we were saying they've got some really good attackers. They do have some good attackers. So, yeah, I mean, absolutely deserves to be back in the team. Kieran Trippier, well, we've discussed that already, haven't we? So no point going over old Grant. I hope he does well. I hope he does well. But he is so right-footed. He really is. There's got to be others who are, you know, who may be right-footed but don't mind kicking it with a left. He clearly doesn't. Trent Alexander-Arnold is in midfield. I don't mind. I don't mind. I didn't think Wharton was my choice. I didn't think he was ever going to do it. And I think Alexander-Arnold, it's a bit weird, actually. I think he's, if you look at it as a central midfield pairing, Rice is on the left and Alexander-Arnold's on the right. I almost think Alexander-Arnold's on the wrong side, because actually you almost need him to be playing the long raking balls to the guy that can run in behind the defence. Well, the guy that runs in behind the defence is Saka. I wonder if he's just almost like a little bit too close to him there. But look, it would not surprise me at all if Alexander-Arnold had a good game. I think he's an incredibly talented footballer. So sometimes these footballers come along sort of without a position. It's I can see some boys chat in the chat there. Very nice. So maybe we'll do another chatathon at some time, and we can discuss a bit of that stuff. I think sometimes you get these talented footballers, and do you remember Frank Leboeuf at Chelsea? I know I'm talking to a select few people here. Really good footballer. What position is he? Philippe Albert. Anyone remembering Philippe Albert from Newcastle? Really talented. But thinking, oh, you a centre back? Yeah, you can sort of play anywhere on that one. Did I see? Hold on, Sean. Stop. Hold the press. We're all family here. Basically, if you're watching this video, you are a regular Hammers Chat watcher, so you're not going to mind if we stop. I didn't see that. I did see when I don't want to give too much away, just in case anybody's not seen the boys are going to decide to invest in it. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but there was a bit. I mean, the first or the second series where Billy Butcher it like panned back in time to his childhood, and he was in the bedroom with his brother. And there was like West Ham stuff in there. I didn't see the West Ham Easter egg though. Pay no attention. I don't even consider this. I expect this sort of stuff. This is good stuff. Claire Baldwin is quite fine. I'm quite sure. I got caught. This poster caught me the first few times they did that actually in a live stream. I'm not getting caught anymore. But I do. But I'm not going to kick them out of the chat. It's actually quite entertaining, really. Anyway, that's that. We've done the boys, done Billy Butcher. Right, that's it. We're talking about the football team, aren't we? There you go. Of course. Right. So, so we've got obviously Declan Rice. Declan Rice played really, really well. Jude Bellingham. What more can you say? Not a lot to say about Jude Bellingham that I haven't already said. Amazing footballer, and really, really lucky to have him. I guess, aren't we, as English fans? Gets a real crop of talent. Saka. Don't mind him starting at all. I thought I was delighted with what Jarrod Bowen did in the last game. Absolutely delighted. I think Jarrod Bowen's almost made himself the first go-to substitute. And I think that is brilliant. Even from my point of view, that's an elevation in Jarrod Bowen's prominence and his sort of the pecking order, if you want, in the England hierarchy. So I'm really pleased about that. But Saka was good. I mean, he sort of faltered in the second half, didn't he? But that's what substitutes are for. But yeah, why would you not start Saka? Get him on there. I think he'll do well. Foden, there's far more focus on Foden. But when I said at the start of the video, there was sort of an edginess, a spikiness coming out from England on this ahead of this game towards the media. A lot of it was protective, like the protective cloak had been thrown around Foden, which he doesn't need. I mean, this is the player of the year. It's a highly talented player. Doesn't need to say anything. Doesn't need his mates coming out. But I understand his mates backing him, but he doesn't need it. He is one of the most talented players around. He has the ability to shut everybody up and put his foot on the ball, go on the dribble, and drive the ball home from 25 yards, you know. So I think that's the best way he could do, can answer any critics he might have. But, you know, as I say, I would probably would have dropped him for this one. I just think he's number 10. I think Bellingham's number 10. And there you go. We've repeated this error many, many times before for England, haven't we? So hopefully it's not. What I would say is if we do have Trippier there, at least Foden's left-footed. But see, the thing is, that'd be fine if Foden was going to stay there because he would give the left side some balance, but he doesn't stay there. Anyway, there you go. Harry Kane up top. Of course. He will start scoring. He'll score at some point. And well, there's someone better than Harry Kane to play up front for England. I'll tell you that much now. I will tell you this. I do know what an Easter egg is. I absolutely know what an Easter egg is. Do you know what? It's been a while, isn't it? To be fair, it's been a while. It's been a while. Anyway, let me get back to this very quickly. I have, but I stopped watching it. Not for I don't know. Didn't quite grab. Didn't quite grab me. Excellent. Anyway, what are we doing? Oh yeah, before we get to the bet, I want to make sure before this game you've all downloaded Match Bingo. This is very, very important. In fact, it's so important. I haven't even put the Match Bingo logo up yet, but I'm going to do so now. There it is. The Match Bingo card is a whopper. Is an absolute whopper for this game. If you don't know what Match Bingo is, then it's basically mixing bingo and it's mixing football and putting them together. It gives you a bingo card of incidents that are going to happen throughout the game. And in fact, I'm going to flash you up, not one of those. I'm going to flash you up now. I don't know if you can see that there, but that is mine, Charlie's and Gio's bingo cards for today. Now, during the match, there'll be things that happen. There'll be a throw-in, be a goal kick, it'll be a card, it'll be a corner. Each time one of those things happen, bear in mind what you see in there basically are loads and loads of different cards. What happens every time one of those incidents happens, you get a little tick. And one of the things is notched off. If you get a line, so basically there are 3 lines of 5. When you get a line, it pays out. If you get a second line, it pays out. If you get a full house, it pays out. We have had so many winners on Match Bingo, we've sort of lost count. Now, the link's in the description below. The stake for this game is £2. £2 to be entered into the England-Denmark Match Bingo game. If you haven't done so, check the link. It's literally under this video now. Go and download the app. You've got to be 18 above because it is a betting app and get in on that. We have a load of winners. I've even won myself, believe it or not. And I'll tell you now, I win nothing. If you don't want to play the pay-to-play games, then we have the Ukraine game, which I think is tomorrow's game, and then the game on Saturday, the Georgia game. They are both free games. It's literally you can win money for spending no money. Go and check it out. The link is in the description below. Go and get your bingo card. £2 per card. It's capped at 5 cards as well, so you can't spend loads and loads and loads of money on it. It's a bit of fun. Then throughout the game, it makes it quite fun when the game of football's going on. It's going bing, 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 bing. I've had it. I've been there. I say that. I was sort of watching it as I was watching it. And then Charlie, who was doing a watch along, actually messaged me and he said, do you realise you've won on Match Bingo? I didn't. I'd won 50 quid. There you go. We've actually had someone that's even won 500 quid on it. Honestly, we've had some really big winners on there. And we've had a whole load of people who have won 25s and 50 quids and 75 pounds. Brilliant. Can't say better than that, can you? Right. Let me get back right now. Right now, listen. You say you know what Match Bingo is by now. All right, you may do, but there will be somebody who doesn't know what Match Bingo is, by the way. And sort of sponsorship doesn't work like that, does it? You don't see that. You don't see that on the adverts, do you? Like when someone have a bit of Coca-Cola and I go, you know what it is by now. It's a drink. We don't need to talk about it. It's sponsorship. Without Match Bingo, we wouldn't be doing this. We wouldn't even be doing this as a job without Match Bingo. Without ETC Sports, without Manscaped, without You lovely people who watch the horrible, annoying adverts, and without our fine and beautiful patrons, wouldn't be able to do this as a job. So the least we can do is promote Match Bingo. But I'll tell you what, it does actually work. It does work. People win money. Right, anyway, talking about winning money. Hold on. Ferdinand on Jesus BBC. I tell you what, that's not the sort of content they usually put out, Dick Turpin, obviously. Should we have a bet? Anyone fancy a bet? Let's do a bet. Right, we ain't got long, actually. We're running out of time. Let's do a bet. We'll do a bet, and then we'll look at the Denmark team. Give me a score line, not a crap score line. Big score. Basically, what's going to happen is we're going to have a bet. We're going to put together an unrealistic bet, realistically. Realistically, unrealistic. And then if it comes in, one of you guys is going to win the money from the bet. It's as simple as that. And to be fair, there's only like... there's only a few family members, really, in the chat. If it comes in, you've got a very, very high chance of winning it. I will say that much. What have we got here? Gonzo selling this really well. Fair play. It's for good causes. There you go. It's a good app. What can I say? It's a good app. And honestly, if it was crap, we wouldn't even bother. Wouldn't even bother promoting it. Right, come on. Give me a scoreline. Somebody give me a scoreline for today's game so I can put a bet on. I don't want to do 1-0 or something like that. I need a scoreline. Then I'm going to need some goal scorers. I put the bet on. Press send. Put the stake. I've got it covered. I've got the stake covered. Hammers chat are paying for the stakes. So I don't mean that. You know what I'm talking about. 3-0. Do you know what, John? You're the first person to reply. John the Badger. 3-0 it is. Right, okay. So we're going with John's 3-0. What I'm going to do now is, whilst I am putting on the score line, I need 3 goal scorers. Type them in by the time I get back to the screen. 3-0. Oh, blimey. Oh, do you know what? I almost did 3-0 Denmark. Can you imagine? I want some goal scorers now, please. Have a little think. Who's going to stay on? Who's not? Let's have a little look. This will be interesting. What we got? We've not got a goal scorer yet. There's a couple of free ones, actually. Okay, right. Yeah, sorry. When Robert said Wind, yeah, Windy plays for Denmark. We're not gone for their team yet. Right. So Mo has said Stones, Bellingham, Saka. Do you know what I'm going to do, Mo? I'm going to do Bellingham, and I'm going to do Saka, and then we're probably going to come back for one more. So Bellingham to score any time, Saka to score any time, and then we need one more. Do you know what? Foden's there. I can see. What I'm going to do, I'm going to Mike. I think I'm going to go with this. I know a couple of people are saying Rice. Should we do Rice? Let's do Rice. Maybe the odds will be a little bit better on Rice. Just checking what the odds are on Foden, basically. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for Rice to score, the odds are better. Guys, give me one card, please. If you'd be so kind, give me one card. Anyone, either team. Just anyone to be booked. One person to be booked. This makes it a very, very different bet. Rob says, Trippier. I take you mean Trippier to score, not to be booked, right? What do you mean that? You can't type that quickly. Let's have a little. Come on, give me. Okay, so it's Trippier. Okay. We'll go with Trippier. Okay, and there you go. Mike saying it. Trippier. People want. Fine, I'm going to do it. There's 3 people. I've typed Trippier. That's good enough for me. I'm not. Do you know what? Sent off and booked are exactly the same. Add to bet slip. Place bet. Right. Place bet. Blimey. That ain't bad, is it? Let me just make sure that this has got in. That's much better than I thought it would be. Full-time score will be England 3-0. Jude Bellingham to score any time. Saka to score any time. Declan Rice score any time. Kieran Trippier to be booked. It's a grand. It's a grand. We're doing £500. 2, yeah, we'll do it. Okay. Sorry, Petter. yeah, Charlie is poorly today. I'm afraid he is. I was going to say no longer with us. He's not that poorly. He is with us, but he is unwell. He's under the weather. And he unfortunately is not be able to do the watch along today. So apologies for that. He will be back. He will, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He will be back. Don't worry about that at all. I need to go and have a look at the teams for the phrase that pays. I'll tell you what. There's one that sticks out. Have you noticed the there is yeah, there's a very obvious one. I don't know if you've noticed the Denmark team, but a sort of yes, well, there's an obvious one, which is obviously involving wind, and we're just going to go with past wind. Past wind is the phrase that pays. Type that into the chat. And if England win 3-0 and Bellingham and Saka and Foden score and Trippier gets a card, then two of you are going to win £500, but you have to have typed past wind. And yes, you should clap on the 69th minute for Charlie. If everyone could stand up during the game and just just do that. Do you know what? There it is, past wind. That's what you got to do. Type it in. There's Adrian there at the beach as usual. There you go. Past wind. That's what we've got to do. Past wind. You haven't got. I'm not going to be testing it. You haven't actually got to pass wind. I've no way of verifying whether you've farted or whether you haven't. But if you've typed that into the chat, and that most unlikely of bets comes in, two of you will win £500. Yeah, I thought it was a bit kinder than one person winning a grand. Bowen is on the bench with every other player you've ever known is on the bench, basically. I will read the team out once again. It's the same as last time, mate, but it's Pickford, Walker, Stones, Gahey, Trippier, Alexander-Arnold, Rice, Saka, Bellingham, Foden, and Kane up front. There's a lot of people of past wins. Should have known Michael Woods. Rob's passing wind. Stefan is passing wind. Everybody is being to James's past wind. Everyone is looking particularly and smelling particularly windy today. So there you go. There you have it. What do we think? We got a couple of minutes before I go and basically get ready and go back to the house to watch the game in a very dusty room. It has to be said. I've been sanding down my door frame today. And there's someone who might even be in the chat. Martin Ayres is in the chat. Martin came around 2 or 3 months ago and put my door, basically it swung out that way, and he basically did some carpentry and put the door on so it opened into the hall rather than into the lounge. Only now, Martin, am I sanding down the door frame. So yeah, it's taken me quite a while. So I'm gonna go sit in my dusty lounge. I've been very good. I haven't ordered any food. I've got sort of chili out of the freezer. So I'm going to eat my chili in my dusty room, and I'm going to watch the England game, and I might do a video on it later on. Good afternoon to you, Amy. Is that why Charlie is ill? What the pass in the wind or the chili or the dust? Thank you very much, Amy. Like everybody else, Amy has passed wind. So yeah, there we go. Gareth Southgate's gone with the same team again. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for this one. I don't think the 3-0 is unrealistic. Truth be known, I think England can win this game and can win it handsomely. But it's tough, right? I mean, you've seen a lot of teams, maybe not do as well as you might have thought. I think a lot of us, maybe thought that France, perhaps Portugal, would be more rampaging than they have been. I think Germany have looked impressive over 2 games, haven't they, really? It's all about getting out of the group. And it is easier now because of the format. There's no doubt about it. And, Southgate's got an opportunity here to play it safe. And I hope he doesn't instruct the team to sit back too much. I think he's got it covered. He should have. He's got some good defenders in there. He's got a really good defensive midfielder in Declan Rice. And it's not only that. He's also got another defender in midfield, hasn't he? Trent Alexander-Arnold, right? He might not be the best in the world, the best right back in the world, but he is a defensive player. So it is quite a cautious team in that sense. So I hope I hope the team are allowed to attack. I hope they're encouraged to attack. And well, yeah, there you go. And that's about it from me, boys and girls. So enjoy the game. Hopefully, you all enjoy the game. Thank you very much for joining me. I do appreciate it. It's got a, as I say, it's got a very very family-friendly vibe to this one. Lots of regulars, lots of names that I'm very, very used to in the chat. So thanks for spending the build up to the game with me and with us here at Hammers Chat. I do understand that most of you've already downloaded Match Bingo because you are definitely our regulars in this chat. I noticed that. If you haven't done, go and check it out. You might just get it done before the start of this kickoff here, but if not, don't forget. Make sure if you don't spend any money, make sure you go and download Match Bingo and play the 3 games. You've got the Ukraine game and you've got the Georgia game. Go and get those done. It costs you nothing, and you might win yourself some money, and a lot of people certainly have done. So thank you, Stephen. Stephen collated. Oh, I've only got a book to wave in the air. Stephen collated our player ratings. So we did our Hammer of the Year over on our Patreon channel, and Stephen is a number cruncher extraordinaire and a bloody good bloke as well. I certainly will enjoy my chili. I think it's going to be a half-time chili. It'd be a bit of a cheap one, to be fair, Stephen. The chili I cooked myself, and then I froze it, but I'm going to have to. So I'm defrosting it. I batch cooked it. I think what I'm going to have to do is get one of the pouches of rice. It's going to have to be like a cheeky half-time 2-minute pouch of rice. And I do like a bit of bread for me chili con carne. Maybe a wrap. Chili con carne wrap. They call it a burrito. Posh people call it a burrito. It's not posh people, just non-English people. Not me calls it a burrito. Is that what a burrito is? And a tortilla wrap, chili, rice and chili. I don't know. It's carb heavy, isn't it? Very, very carb heavy. That, never a truer word has been spoken than by Richard there. That is, I don't know what it is. He's absolutely right. I don't know what it is. You're absolutely right, Richard. He's absolutely right. Well, good day, Alan. Oh, he's got up. All right. You shouldn't be too knackered then, mate. You shouldn't be too knackered. I only hope you can get back to sleep afterwards. Pancakes, 2 pancakes, sausage, bacon, egg. Oh, ravens, ravenous ravens. Let's say that. Sounds good to me. Right, I'm going to go now. I'll catch you later. Enjoy the game. I might upload on the forum channel straight away afterwards. I might not. If not, I'll have something to say about the game. Certainly tomorrow. Enjoy the game and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for joining me. Take care.